Proclaimed as scientifically marvelous and artistically beautiful, the Apostolic Clock is one of the most famous clocks in America. The creation of the remarkable Apostolic Clock began in 1867 by 21-year-old John Feaster, a native of nearby Strasburg, Pennsylvania. The clock's mechanical intricacies would take him 11 years to complete. Feaster hauled his clock on a flatbed wagon touring Pennsylvania towns so that others could see it. The townspeople were willing to pay 10 cents admission to watch the workings of this wondrous clock. Feaster became ill soon after he began his travels and was befriended by George H. Danner. In appreciation for his help, Feaster gave the clock to Mr. Danner to be displayed in his museum. In 1935, Milton S. Hershey acquired a substantial number of Pennsylvania German artifacts from the Danner estate in nearby Manheim, Lancaster County. The items included this miraculous 19th century clock, now part of the collection preserved here at the Hershey Story. Every hour at quarter to the hour, a procession of the 12 apostles takes place on the clock's upper section, enacting the betrayal of Jesus Christ. The movement of hand-carved, hand-painted figures begins from a door on the right side of the clock. Christ waits behind the center doors and is watched over by Mary Magdalene, Mary the sister of Lazarus, and Mary, the mother of Jesus. Christ had told the sixth apostle, Peter, "You will deny me 3 times before the cock crows." In the Apostolic Clock's procession, each of the apostles turns to face Christ, who raises his hands to bless each one. This continues until Peter, in the light green robe, passes Christ. Unlike the other apostles, Peter does not turn to face Christ, but instead turns his back to him as a symbol of his denial. This act causes the rooster at the upper right hand of the procession to spread its wings and crow. The devil appears 3 times during the procession. Then, at the end, he appears directly behind Judas Iscariot. The center section of the clock is devoted to the time mechanism, and not only tells the hour, but also the seconds, the minutes, the day of the week, the day of the month itself, the phase of the moon, and the sign of the zodiac. Around the clock face, the figures of Father Time and a skeleton representing death perform a pantomime of the inevitable passage of time and the constant approach of death. At each quarter hour, a figure appears representing one of the 4 stages of life: childhood, youth, middle age, and old age. The old photographs between the base and the clock face are of clergymen from the Reading, Pennsylvania area. The images change every 15 minutes. Many of the original brass gears and other workings of the Apostolic Clock have been repaired or replaced over the years, but the integrity of the original clock remains intact. The clock originally contained a music box in its base which accompanied carved trumpeters at the start of the procession. This music box is now located here at the Hershey Story. To prevent wear on this priceless artifact, the Hershey Story no longer operates the clock on a regular basis.